What is up, YouTube? That's here, and today I'm back playing some more Pokemon VGC Reg I Wi-Fi battles on the ranked ladder. Today we're busting out a super cool team that uses Calyrex, Indeedee, yeah, pretty standard looking stuff, but we're pairing it with a Banded Urshifu, Stellar Tera, Life Orb, Whimsicott, Fling Dark Tera, Iron Ball Tsareena, and Power Lens Kyogre. This is a fake out anti-meta, looks hyper aggressive Tailwind team that can actually still do that with like Ursh and Calyrex and all those things. But in reality, this is a Trick Room team. You want to lead something really threatening like an Ursh or a Calyrex next to that Indeedee turn 1, make them over-respect those slots with the knockoffs and all the Electro Drifts. Get up your Trick Room with your Sash, Indeedee, and then send out things like a Power Lens Kyogre. The Power Lens is such a cool item. It's going to drop your speed by half. Very, very cool. Same thing with the Iron Ball. Tsarena's so good. And then you can actually fling that Iron Ball to like one shot for Rigoraph too. Such cool stuff. I think this is actually a really, really cool team. I know you guys have been asking for a lot more rental codes that aren't locked behind a Patreon paywall, so I did my absolute best to go find this team on the, outskirts of the internet so I can feature it for you guys here. What we're going to do right now is actually just run down all the EVs on a lot of these monsters so you can get a better understanding. And if you guys like these EV spread breakdowns, please think about letting me know in the comments. Every single comment makes my day. I love reading the comments, so let's get right into this. This is going to be the Calyrex set. Very, very bulky. You have just enough speed to outspeed anything we really would want to be outspeeding with Calyrex, and then we have a good amount of special attack with some bulk. We're able to eat like really, really good single target attacks with Calyrex, and we have the potential to go for like a Water Tera, just to mitigate some damage if we want to. I think Water Tera is a really good Tera on Calyrex-Shadow. It's been one of my favorites on these bulkier sets recently. I also think it's cool that we have like Expanding Force and Psychic and Shadow Ball. I think I might have liked to see a Pollen Puff here over either the... I think I would have liked to see Pollen Puff over Psychic, but that's probably one of the only small nitpicks I have about this team. The Indeedee is going to be very standard. It's going to be full HP special attack, quiet nature, 0 speed. Cool set. You just want to get up your Trick Room. And what's really cool is if I go like Calyrex and Indeedee, and I go like turn 1 Astral and Trick Room, and they play super passive or maybe pivot things, and they don't KO either of my mons, I can then just after you my Calyrex and continue to go for Specs Astrals in that Trick Room. It's going to be so cool. I love this tech. Up next is going to be a Banded Ursh. Very, very, like, not bulky. Sorry, very, very not fast. It's banded. This is one of your sweepers you want to bring out. If Kyogre might not be the play, you might want to go into Ursh here just to close things out with Sturging Strikes. This is going to be able to do so much damage, and I really like the bulk on this thing. Being able to, that set in particular is going to let you eat, like, Life Orb or even, like, low roll Timid, Specs, Shadow Rider, Astral. So really, really cool set. This Whimsicott's doing a bunch of fun stuff, too. We have just enough speed to outspeed most of the things Whimsicott would be wanting to outspeed, Adam and Urshi's, and I think even Jolly Urshi's still outspeed with this. But yeah, really, really cool set. I really like the Moonblast. I really like the Dazzling Gleam, and the Stellar Tera rips it with the Life Orb. One of my favorite sets is Aggressive Whims. It'd be cool to see Hurricane here, but you really don't need it. This is also going to be getting to 9 HP, which is going to maximize the amount of damage you can mitigate through the use of your Life Orb. I really, really like this set. Full special attack. This thing's going to hit like a truck. This is like almost more of a sweeper than our Spec Shadow Rider, and that's ridiculous. The Tsareena is really, really cool. It's going to be speed reduced, 0 speed. With that Iron Ball, going to be making our speed 0. And then we can also fling it. It's going to be really, really cool. And I just noticed that this is Sweet Veil. That's like so cool. Sweet Veil over the Queenly Majesty. You can see it on the rental code as well. Very, very cool stuff. Make it so we can't get put to sleep. I love that. That is such good tech. Last but not least is going to be Kyogre. Standard 2v2, cruise control for cool, 0 speed, speed reduce, power lens. This is not increasing our damage. It's going to be the EV trading item, similar to like the power weight and stuff like that. And we're just holding this to lower our speed. So when we actually get up that Trick Room, we bring out the Ogre. And since this is a closed sheet game, they don't really know our speed tiers. They're thinking Kyogre's kind of fast. Sometimes people like to put 12, 20 points, enough to outspeed things with like a +1, -1 calculator or a Tailwind involved. And this Kyogre actually just underspeeds things. Like, oh, you have Calyrex, like Ice Rider, like say hello to my little water spout. Pretty cool stuff. I think this is such a cool team. I really think you guys are going to like it. So hopefully we win some games today. And the last thing I want to say before we're actually getting on into these games is think about dropping a sub. If you guys like this sort of content, you want to see educational VGC content on the daily. We make a ton of VGC content on this channel. We're trying to get to 50,000 subscribers before the end of the year. We're at 48,000 and some change. We're growing every single day, and we would love to have you along for the ride. And without further ado, let's get right into these games. Wish me luck. Here we go. Alright, Groudon Zacian versus Kyogre. I do think that we need to Trick Room this, like, really... I really think we need to Trick Room this. So that means something like Indeedee, and then something that can give me, like, a lot of pressure off the rip. So if I lead Indeedee, and I make them over-respect this Shadow Rider, I should be able to, like, fold them with like Kyogre Tsareena. I really think that's a viable option. And I think Tsareena is a little bit better than something like Ursh here. Just because, oh, it's hard to say. Actually, Ursh might be really good into like Groudon. Or sorry, into Zacian. It really depends on when they bring out the Groudon too. I think that's actually very important. What if we open up with like, what if we do these? I like that. I think that's definitely worth a shot. The way, I think it's definitely important that you make them over-respect Shadow Rider. And honestly, like, I could probably just pivot out Shadow Rider for something like Ursh to block, like a Dark attack from like an Incin. And then I just have like Ursh, Indeedee, and my Shadow Rider Kyogre in the back. I really, really like that. That's super nice. I could also just lead Kyogre. This team is so cool, by the way. This team is so cool. We're looking over some of the EVs again while we're waiting for the game to start. I think this team has so much cool stuff going for it. The Tsareena set is so cool with the fling. I like the aggressive whims. We're definitely be busting this out a little bit later. Kyogre hits like a freaking truck here. Calyrex has a lot of cool stuff going for it. So I think these EV spreads are also really, really nice. We see Zacian Flutter, so we know there's going to be Groudon there somewhere. Somewhere there is going to be a Groudon. We just have to really think about what the last mon is. I wonder if we're going to get the Tera out of the Flutter on turn 1. That'd be really, really nice. I'm assuming we're going to see... Actually, we're not going to see Booster because it's Sash Flutter, right? Are you going to taunt my Indeedee, bro? Alright, so we know you have Groudon. I think you're going to have Groudon and Incin based off this one. You could have Torn. Definitely could have Torn. I'm going to try and rip that Trick Room up. And I'm going to keep you honest here. Big honesty. Honesty is the best policy. Let's go. Big Astral. Are you pivoting out? No pivots? Bro, you're just soaking this? I'm spexed. I wish I had Ghost Tera double dip. Because that Zacian would have been probably ripped. Let's see what they're doing. Are you taunting? Are you going for a double in my Shadow Rider? Because like, if you don't... Yeah, so there's the Shadow Rider hit. And then like, are you actually taunting me? No. Let's see what happens. Shadow Ball. Oh, it worked like a freaking charm, bro. Holy moly, the charming effect. Oh, isn't that just magnifique, wonderful. Taking a look at what we have here, the Indeedee can then now go for Dazzling Gleam, Expanding Force. Let's say they went for like a really passive turn too. Let's say they double protect to see what we were doing. We could then have like after-you'd our own Shadow Rider there. That is so cool. Love that tech. I think it's better to bring the Ursh out because we're going to pick up some big KOs here. I think that like Dazzling Gleam plus like Surging Strikes will be able to get the KO even if they pivot out for Groudon. That actually might be a better idea just to go for an Expanding Force because you don't have any terrain setters on that team, right? Yeah, no terrain. So yeah, Expanding Force is going to be a little bit better. It's not as good in like Incin pivot, but like it does more damage to try and pivot in this Groudon and mitigate damage. So like this is just a lot. I'm looking even at like locking into Surging Strikes here. Sorry, locking into Close Combat, sorry. Ooh, I even think like Aqua Jet could, not Aqua Jet, what is that? U-turn could be really nice here. We're just going to go after the Zacian. I think the Zacian's more of a threat than the Flutter is. And we should be good to go. Pivot. Who is it? Is it Groudon? Is it Incin? Which one are we seeing here? The Pokemon fan. Is that Groudon? The event Groudon? Yeah. It's really important to actually understand what all the event mons are. So even when they're in another language like that, you guys can know exactly what Pokemon are coming out so you have the most amount of time to think about what you're seeing. I really like this. This is going to be really good. We're getting that Zacian off the board. They can come back in with a Flutter. We can just go into it. We don't really care. I'd like to not see Incin here, but honestly, like this looks like AV Groudon to me too because our Indeedee is full special attack, quiet nature. I was going to say modest. And the fact that they only took that much means they are in for a bad time. Now, I will also say, if we can just get off the Groudon's teammate, we can bring in Kyogre and there's no more 50-50 weather swaps. So let's see what they have here. It's going to be Torn. Torn is a great option in this last spot, but I don't think there's really a problem if we want to just rip off the Band-Aid and go like Expanding Force, Surging Strikes. And they can definitely have something like Dark Tera Torn. That's definitely a viable option. Let's see if they're ripping it off here. I think the Groudon's probably going to go Tera. I'm assuming Grass. I'm looking at Grass. Grass is more common on AV. It's almost like a play the game, guys. This is your reminder, if you haven't thought about it yet, to maybe drop this sub. You know, we make daily VGC content. I like to think I'm pretty good at this game. I've pretty much called everything on this game right so far. This is going to do big damage to that Torn, massive damage to Groudon, and we're just going to be able to bring in our Kyogre, maybe lose them on this turn, and then just win the game with Kyogre. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, right? See, we got their Tera. We waited everything out. We forced them to respect the Shadow Rider. Even though this isn't my team, even though this is a rental code we're featuring, I went out of my way to find a rental code that I think is great for new players, people that want to play like anti-meta meme teams, and that has really, really good EV spreads. I think it's just a great team. There's not going to be that much they can do about this. The right play is to, again, just go for that Surging Strikes into that Flutter Mane slot, just to keep it honest. If for some reason, like, something weird happens, we still have, like, Kyogre in the back, and we still have Tera. There's so many things we could do here. Just going to rip the Expanding Force off, and, bam, easy peasy lemon squeezy. That should be the first game. GG's. Man, this team is so freaking cool. Palkia-Terapagos. Those don't have very much synergy here. The only real value I'm seeing here is that, like, Palkia can get some good sustain from the Rillaboom grassy terrain, but the Graph of Fi-Fi is also kind of weird. Man, I'm just going to say I really am liking, like, Indeedee. I feel so comfortable using it into these teams. That being said, I think the right play might be something like lead Terapagos. Sorry, lead Shadow Rider. I guess we could even lead Kyogre here. Oh, there's so many lines here. I really am liking this. What if we just led with, like, what if we led with Wims and Ursh, and then brought, I don't even know if Kyogre's the right play here. I don't think Kyogre's great into, like, Rillaboom, into Terapagos, into Palkia. I don't really like it. I think that we'd probably get more value off these. And even, like, Shadow Rider, it can hit in Sin. Like, Urshifu's going to be doing double duty here, and I think these are the right mons to bring for the situation. I want to feature the Tsareena, but we're not really going up against that, like, Miraidon, Calyrex team that I think the Tsareena would be very, very good into. So you're probably wondering, like, where's the Tsareena? Where's the Tsareena? Tsarena's, like, are out to beat, like, other Trick Room teams, and, like, you can just lead turn 1 in that Farigiraf and just go Dark Tera, rip the fling out into that Farigiraf. That'd be so good, but we're not fighting Farigiraf, so we don't need to do that. I think they're just going to set, like, a screen, maybe go for a parting shot. I know that Palkia is really pressured by Ursh. I wonder what else they're going to do, though. They don't get Wisp. They could Quash. I don't particularly care. I'm going to just Dazzle. Am I going to U-turn? No. Yes. Yes. I like the U-turn here. I vibe with that. Palkia should just go down here unless they Tera. And what do you Tera? What's a popular Palkia Tera? So we could have pivoted in. Wow, I can't believe they parting shotted a Wims. I guess they're probably thinking, like, Ursh auto crits everything, doesn't really matter. This is still Life Orb Wims, by the way. This is gonna chunk whoever comes in here. Is it Terapagos? It better freaking not be, bro. I have an Urshifu with your name on it, and I'm not gonna let you hit it. I'm not gonna let you hit it. That's why I'm U-turning. Rillaboom. Sounds like a job for our boy Indeedee. TY, my guy. Look at this big damage about to be happening here. Are you Trick Rooming? Because, like, I'm not tailwinding either. You can honestly go for the Trick Room. Like, that's completely fine. Maybe I should have brought Tsareena. Holy moly. Look at that big damage. Oh, dude, I could have close combated it too. Wow. Could have just ripped the close combat. Indeedee's the right play here, because we can Trick Room that back. Yep, I like this over the Shadow Rider. I do think they're Trick Rooming in this situation. And then the last mon's Terapagos. Let's see it. Survey says... Yep, there it is. We're just going to Trick Room that back. I could even Tailwind on top of it if I felt like it. That's kind of cool. Alright, so our Indeedee has Grass Tera. Sorry, oh, yeah, it's Water Tera, Water Tera. I think I'll use it. We don't really need Tera in this matchup. It's not, like, really required at all. Yeah, that's fine. So we're just going to go Dazzle and flip on the Water Tera. Ah, that feels so weird. Are you nuking my Indeedee here? I'm going to do this. I think they're going to U-turn and Hydro, or U-turn and Spatial Rend. And so, like, this would give me the best shot to be able to flip that back. Honestly, I underspeed both these guys. Hold on. I underspeed. What am I, like, why am I being weird? Like, you know what I mean? Just, like, dunzo. Yeah, I mean, that's cool. I could have Moonblasted that Rilla. Let's see what they're doing here. I should have Moonblasted. I'm at -1, though, so it's no big deal. U-turn. Yeah, I should have Moonblasted. Let's see, though. Doesn't really matter what comes in here. I think we're going to be able to wait out the Trick Room, and then it's going to be up to, like, Shadow Rider, and Ursh. Like, Ursh is going to be great here. Hey, if you bring out your Rilla here, that's really passive. That didn't even matter if we use Moonblast or not. I took more from the chip, right? You bringing out Rillo here? Yeah, that's super fine. I think I'm just going to pivot out the Indeedee and figure something out as we go. Bit of a weird play here. Last mon's going to be Terapagos, as expected. 3 turns on TR. Man, not playing with Vertex is dicey. Alright, so I think the right play is to Moonblast the Rilla because they might U-turn, right? And just pivot in the Shadow Rider. They might just rip an attack or something, but like, I think that also really just taking a Moonblast would be fine. You could also say like target the Graph of 5/5 because they can parting shot that one, and then we go into the Terapagos and we're fishing for special attack drops from this Moonblast. That's the idea here. The safe play might be to still just be Dazzling Gleam, but like, let's see. Nice, really good stuff. Nasty Plot. He's going to Baton Pass that. So if we know that they're going to Baton Pass that Nasty Plot, we need to be able to pin whatever comes in here. It's great damage. Special attack drop. See, we got the drop. See, if they U-turned, we would have dump trucked their Terapagos. Now, I really got to play this the right way. I think what we do here, I want to see how much damage they actually did to us with Grassy Glide. It's about 48%. Do we think just a raw Woodhammer takes that out? Turns on Trick Room R. You know, what sucks is like, I wish I had Encore on this Whims. I just don't, right? So I'm going to try this. This might be a little bit too telegraphed, but pivot in the Indeedee and just rip the Expanding Force off the face of the earth. Let's try it. At the worst, we are able to come in with Urshifu and just close combat the Terapagos, and there's nothing they can do about that. You know, that's at the worst. If they get a KO this turn on something, if they do make the right play in Woodhammer. Tom Pass, there it is. Okay. So if you're Grassy Gliding with this Rilla, Shadow Rider is obviously going to live. If you're U-turning, Shadow Rider will live. If you're Woodhammering Shadow Rider and get the correct roll, which I think you might need a little high roll. I think that Grassy Glide actually was a high roll. You know, we'll see what happens. Because this is going to do a lot. U-turn. Awesome. That's what I wanted to see. And we get the Ursh repin if we want it. Chef's Kiss level of busted here. You're going to lose your Graph of 5/5. You're going to get your Terapagos chunked. And then I'm going to be able to, I think, I don't send out the Ursh here because then we're going to be able to go Tera and just pop everything up. But I'm going to be getting a Beast Boost here, or not Beast Boost, as one boost, as they like to say. This is going to be a lot of damage. Expand these forces. Oof. Boom. So you get a repin into your Rillaboom. We crit the Graph of 5/5, not that important. Look how much damage they did to Terra Shell. That's nuts. That's that Specs damage. I actually think the right play is to just bring out Ursh and be like, if I throw both these attacks into that guy, you lose. This is not helping me. This guarantee says that, like, you can't Grassy... Because that Terapagos is going to have to do something, right? It's going to have to Tera, right? And I think that I just get the KO. Because he's going to... Yeah, I think that KOs. Judging by how much damage that did through Terra Shell, I think this Expanding Force KOs after a +1. So we're going to close combat here. And we're just going to Expanding Force. We're going to double into that slot. You can't stop both. You can go Fake Out into my Ursh. You can go Grassy Glide into my Ursh and hope to crit. You can Fake Out Protect. I don't know what the play is. Like Terrastalize, Terrastalize. I don't even know what you think you're doing over here. Because if you... Yeah, there's the Grassy Glide. They have to crit. Yeah. So our Ursh has a lot of bulk. This is going to be a massive KO. So you can see the Ursh here that we have has like a ton of bulk in it too. It's nothing on the defensive side, but the 164 points in HP really make this guy live through even those like high roll, even sometimes Miracle Seed or Grass Terra boosted Rillaboom Grassy Glides. And we just take those big wins. It's got a cool team. I honestly respected the Palkia. I could have played it a little bit cleaner in the mid game, but not losing to like, you know, Doodle Monkey Cheese with like Terapagos with like Shadow Rider, I think that's a win up. We only brought one of our restricteds. We brought the right mons for the format, right mons for the game, and we take those wins all the way to the bank. All right, Miraidon, King Gambit. Oh my gosh, there's so many good mons on that team. I think Tsareena is definitely going to be coming this game. I think that we can lead Indeedee though. I think Indeedee is a great lead into Miraidon. We need something that, like, again, forces them to be kept extremely honest. So, like, I do think that you could still just lead, like, the Indeedee and the Shadow Rider. We're going to put the Shadow Rider in the first slot to make them think that that's the thing that we want to do. I don't mind just going for, like, a straight Shadow Ball into something turn 1 to play around, like, a wide guard. And I think we can probably actually close this off with, like, Tsareena. Oh, let me think about that. I like Ursh here. But I think we need these two. I think these two are going to be the requirement here. That's fine. Yeah. And if like I'm afraid of Sucker Punch and then pivoting Miraidon and doing something weird, I can always just pivot in the Tsareena turn 1. I think that's a really, really solid lead. I'm trying to think of ways that we L out. And the reason why we're bringing the Tsareena is to low kick that King Gambit. That's what it's for. It's to just to low kick the King Gambit. I don't want any, like, I want a Trick Room. I want to underspeed. And I just want to dump truck it. Send it straight one-way ticket to the Shadow Realm here. So I think King Gambit's definitely coming. And if I can actually chunk the King Gambit on the first turn with like Calyrex, that would be great. Because the way we would want to go is like Calyrex chunks, lose Calyrex, get the Trick Room up, bring in the Tsareena, chunk the Gambit, maybe lose the Indeedee, bring in the Ogre, close out the game. Those are the flowcharts we're looking at. That's a great lead for our opponent. Do I have to Tera here? I'm looking at it respectfully. No, I don't. I don't have to Tera. I'm gonna let one of them KO the Shadow Rider, and I'm gonna let the other one clock the Indeedee Sash. And if they double into the Indeedee and don't respect the Shadow Rider, I just win the game with Shadow Rider. Like, yeah, I'll take that. I'll just bring up my Ogre and be like, this is fine. The only way this would be bad is if, like... I don't think this could be bad. You can pivot out King Gambit for Miraidon and fake out my Indeedee, I guess, and then just soak an Astral. I think that's okay, too. Yeah, this is fine. Doing a little bit of chip damage to the King Gambit is going to be great. We honestly might just be able to bring out Ogre here and just flip him from, like, right here. That'd actually be really nice. Knock off. Nice! I do not care about your Gambitito. Don't care. Don't care. He's like, ha! Kowtow cleave! And I'm like, okay, good job. Sash is up. So the way we want to play this one, right, is you want to bring in the Kyogre, threaten both those. We're actually going to flip on the Water Tera, rip them both a new one, because we don't see, like, AV on that Incin. I don't. Might be on Gambit, but they'd have to have some sort of weird defensive Tera. And then we're actually going to pivot out the Indeedee for Tsareena to make it so they actually can't pivot out Incin for Miraidon to take away our terrain and go for a big Sucker Punch on our Ogre. Just want to make sure our Ogre has the right speed. We should be under-speeding even the slowest Gambit right now. So we should be able to just win. Thank you for killing my Shadow Rider. I appreciate it. And, yeah, those don't look vested. They don't. They might be. They might be, but I don't know how you eat this one, buddy. Show me pivot out Miraidon. Show me. And remember, even if like you don't pivot out Miraidon, right? Even if you don't pivot out Miraidon, Tsareena just has triple axle to be able to check you. So like even if you bring it in safe and secure, if you Tera to Fairy, you get dump trucked. And if you stay Dragon, you get dump trucked. I guess so good. Here's the Tera. Oh, that's my Tera, because I'm gamer. And they're staying in here. Holy moly. No way these guys, like, live through this, right? No way, no way, no way. Dunzo. Water Spout. He's like, wait, what? Why is this thing on a speeding Gambit? It's like the best Kyogre set ever. Dunzo McGee. Turn 2, baby. That's what we like to see. Oh my goodness. This team is so good. Remember, this team has a rental code. The Poke Paste for this team is so you guys can see all of these amazing EV spreads. That's all going to be in the description of this video. While you guys are down there, think about leaving a like on the video. We're trying to get every single video to 100 likes, and we're trying to get the channel to 50,000 subscribers this year. Please think about dropping a sub if you haven't yet. This is Zacian. We're going to be able to fold the Zacian and the Miraidon. Now, the way to make the right target here, I think it's always to go after the Mon that can't protect. And in this situation, it's probably the Miraidon. It's either going to be AV or Specs on the common Miraidon sets. So what we do is we just over-respect that slot. Zacian's probably either going to be protecting or throwing up a Tera. And if it throws up like a Water Tera, something like Tsareena just checks it. You see how like this team was like made super, super well? We should be able to get this as long as we hit our triple axles. Here's the Tera. I'm assuming it's on Zacian. Yep. Probably water. Dragon. Same thing. Triple Axle D's, though. Triple Axle D's, bro. Like, where you looking? Triple Axle, super good into Zacian now. We take those. Dragon Zacian's kind of cool, though. Triple Axle, we need to hit, like, at least 2. That's probably it. Yeah, that's game. Yeah, that's super game. We take these all the way to the bank. Yo, 3-hit Triple Axle, busted. Tsareena busted. Zacian's going to be able to live, but, like, you can't check the Tsareena at this point. Oh, that's so much damage. I'm going to finish this off with a fling. I'm going to do it. I'm going to fling it, bro. I'm flinging. I'm swinging. Oh, my gosh. Player up. I don't see why this guy gets to hit all his player ups. I don't ever hit my player ups. You guys ever see that stuff? Never lucky. Ice Beam and the fling. Oh my gosh. So what was funny about this is that the Kyogre undersped. Ah, nice protect. The Kyogre undersped both the Kingambit and the Incin, and then this guy saw this in great protect that the Tsareena undersped the Ogre even further, which means it's obvious that it is Iron Ball. So great protect there. And let's see what happens here. I don't think I can fling anymore, right? Never lucky. No more item. Ooh, yeah, you see my item is gone. Oh, I have Sweet Veil. I don't even have Queenly Majesty. Yo, I didn't even notice that. It's Sweet Veil. So it says like no one can go to sleep. That's so good. Dude, this team gets better the more you look at it. That is just ridiculous. Who needs Queenly Majesty when you're just a gamer, right? Holy moly. Ice Beam closes this one out. Dang, this team is actually perfect. Holy moly. Even if you don't use this team, I'm so happy to show this off so like everyone doesn't get cheesed by this on ladder. So if you guys see these 6, don't lose. Don't lose to this. Why guard your friend? Don't leave home without it. Don't, like, this team is a masterclass example in regaining board state after like a Mon goes down. I think a lot of people, they didn't play back in 2019, they didn't play back in 2016, and they don't understand sometimes that like when you get a big KO, what that does is it gives your opponent chances to regain tempo. You see, every single time with this team, we've won like Calyrex goes down turn 1, we get our speed control up, and then our Kyogre just rips him a new one, or our Ursh comes in and just like dump trucks him, right? You have to KO things when you're ready for the ultimate onslaught from your opponents. And I think this team does a really, really good example of like showcasing what happens when people play a little bit too aggressive on ladder. We're punishing so many people for over-respecting our Calyrex, and it's been great. We're going to go into another game, and yeah, hopefully we get one more big win with this team. This team's been an absolute blast to play. All right, that's actually a really, really good team. So Kyogre's going to have a hard time fighting this just because of the water pond. So I actually think in this one, it might be a better idea to just like trade Tailwinds and just be like, I'm Shadow Rider? Yeah, what about it? You know, like you're going to go in Sin, and I can trade Tailwinds with that. So I guess like another play that we could do is something like Shadow Rider, or what about like Indeedee? Actually, I like the Shadow Rider, and then we trade the for the Incin. Ooh, wait, but then, this is scary, man. I wish I had a little bit of like redirection or like a better way to check the Incin while still respecting Tailwind. That's what I'm looking at here, because I think we need to do this. And then I'm out of ways to really, like, this can break Iron Hands, I guess. This is the right play. I think it's those 4. This is hard, though. The Ogre Pawn is a really, really good adjustment on that team than, like, the standard Grim or, like, a standard, like, redirection Mon would be. I think some people have also used, I've used Rock Pawn on that core, and it's been very nice, but we can punish them if they're actually going a little bit too into TR, right? That's one thing. I think if they go a little bit too into the TR, we can actually punish this, but let's see what happens. Incin Cali off the rip, that's absolutely amazing. This is fine. Right? Let's see. You're gonna... this is such a dicey one. Alright, I see the line. I see the line. We are going to go Astral Barrage, force your Tera, chunk. And then we're going to probably flip on Water Tera on our Cali next turn. I wonder how much damage that does. If they go like Water Tera, do we just win? if they don't fake out. I don't need to do that. I think they're actually going to protect and knock off. And so I probably should have terastallized my Shadow Rider here. Dude, they are going Water Tera. Oh, I knew it. I felt it in my bones, bro. Fire Tera is what I like when I go Cal. Let's see if they go Fire. Okay, cool. That's... I made the right plays. Whimsicott did not need to be on that board. Straight up, like, thank you. I'm gonna hit that big Surgeon Strikes next turn. Is gonna be chunking. We're gaming. That's a lot of damage. Knock off, cool. There's no reason to keep the Shadow Rider alive at all. And you're gonna Trick Room here. And then I'm going to be able to bring out... Glacial. Glacial. They're expecting Sash. No TR. No anything else weird? That's all you got? How much damage do we think this Expanding Force does to that Cali? Single target that would KO it. Okay. Single target, this Expanding Force KOs. Always target the one you want to target. I'm gonna hit the Ensign. Yep. Just rip it. Just rip the Bandit off. I'm not dealing with this guy hitting my Indeedee. I don't need to get the Cali off the board. I think this will single target Modest or Quiet Indeedee should be able to get this Cali off the board. And then they are going to have the Miraidon, but like we have a Sashed Indeedee, Urshifu's going to go down, and then Whimsicott should be able to come out and just win out. Because like, what are you doing here? I think what you're doing is you're coming in with Iron Hands Miraidon. That's the thing that I think is happening. And I think we can beat that, but we'll see. Miraidon, yeah. Could be hands. Ogre Pawn, okay. It's great. I don't have to worry about fake out now. I could Trick Room this. I could pivot in my Whims too. To regain my terrain. Who do we think is more important to hit? I think it's more important to hit Miraidon. How fast is this Indeedee? Do we even outspeed Miraidon at like... No, we don't even outspeed Miraidon on Tailwind. So that means we need to Trick Room. Like, we need to Trick Room like right now. So we need to Trick Room. And I'm just going to rip this guy a new one. This sucks. Alright, let's try it. Electro Drift in my Indeedee. Yeah, I could have pivoted in Whims there and lost the Whims. But I think that the Ogre Pawn will be over-respecting the Ursh. And if it doesn't, and you just let me... Wait, that's still faster than my Ursh. Oh, there's still a Trick Room up. I'm an idiot. No, there's no Trick Room. Wait, what's happening here? Why did my Ursh not get to close combat? Did it get to close combat? Did I, like, miss something here? Twisted the Dimensions. Oh, I'm banded. I'm not scarfed. I'm an idiot. I thought I was scarfed. I 1000% thought that I was scarfed. Hold on. That's what I get for playing like 8 teams in one day. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I mean, I think I've been playing this Ursh like it's been scarfed this whole time, though. It's been banded from the rip. Okay. What do we do here? I think we obviously are going to Dazzle. And then, bro, it's time. How much damage do you think this does to Miraidon? Life Orb, but Stellar, Tera, double Dazzle? Like, I'm gaming it. I'm gaming. Because you're going to follow me. Because you know I have the Moonblast. Let's go gaming. Let's go! Stellar Tera Whim's about to be schmoovin' right now. Oh, this is about to be clean. Show me that follow me. I know you got it. Follow me. Never lucky. I could have Moonblasted that Miraidon. Horn Leech, okay. Whimsicott. The Ogre Pawn's also slower than my Whims. That's probably just game, right? Yeah, I thought that I'd be... I thought that'd be faster. Or slower, I guess. D-Gleam, let's go! KO that Miraidon, do it, do it, do it. Do it for me! Oh my gosh, look at that damage! Woo! Oh my god, we win, we win. We just dump truck that Miraidon, the power of the Y form. Holy moly, 3 turns on TR. I don't think that Ogerpon has anything to check us. This is neutral, but like, I think you just go for the Moonblast. Stellar Tera, baby! Oh, that's a lot of damage, actually. This plus Orb might be like really problematic. That's a big heal. I think they could have a shot to Ivy Cudgel us next turn, too. I don't think Grass Knot would have done it, yeah. Oh my gosh, we actually take those wins! Life Orb, Stellar, Tera, Whimsicott, what? And I made the misplays thinking I had Scarf Ursh? Like, oh my gosh. So even if you misplay with this team, you still get to beat, like, Miraidon, Cali-I. Yeah, like, look at this Ursh set. Like, it's so bulky. It has nothing in speed. I was just, like, bullying people with this Ursh all day. I was like, yeah, dude, I got the Scarf Ursh set. You know, I saw Choice and I was like, oh, it's banded. That's a strong Ursh set. Like this Whimsicott set, though. That Miraidon didn't stand a ghost of a chance. He got Stellar Tera swept by a Whimsicott. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this team's absolutely amazing, guys. If you guys like this rental, the rental code and the Poke Paste is going to be down in the description of this video. I would highly recommend testing out this team. This is a ton of fun to play. It's great on ladder. And while you guys are down there checking out all the Poke Paste and everything about this team, think about dropping a sub on the channel. It's completely free. We're still trying to get to 50,000 before the end of the year. We're at 44,800 and change. Every single sub drastically helps. And if you're already subscribed, I really appreciate you guys. Any likes on the video would also greatly help me out, guys. Thank you so much for the support. Hopefully you guys like seeing rental code featured content that's not locked behind a Patreon wall. I'm trying my best to bring you guys more new, fun, and creative rental codes you guys might not have seen anywhere else. And that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Peace out, and I'll see you guys next time.